up, y'all? It's your girl, Mika Chanel, back with another edition of Mika Chanel Is Just Saying. Okay, sorry, y'all. I got my eyes are a little weird again today. I can't figure out what I'm looking at, but I am actually looking at myself in the screen. I think I should look that way. Anyway, so I decided to add a new segment to my blogs instead of just always blogging about my shows that I watch, which is fun. I also have a lot of opinions about other things too. So I am calling this segment Girl What? This is my new segment. So this is Girl What? Chapter number 1 or book 1. I haven't decided what I'm going to use yet. If I'm going to use chapter, book, episode, volume. I'll figure it out by the time I post it. Anyway, so my first edition of Girl What is we're going to discuss husbands. We're going to discuss Bruce Jenner. And we are going to discuss motherfucking Shonda Rhimes killing off McDreamy. Really, Shonda? I mean, did you have to kill the man? But anyway, that's going to be at the end because, you know, it was very sad. So anyways, let me tell y'all. I really think my husband is trying to beat these statistics about men dying before women or whatever, because I really think that he's trying to give me a heart attack. I think he just wants my blood pressure to just rise, give me high blood pressure, give me all kind of just mental illness. I really think like he's trying to drive me crazy, okay? Because let me tell you, I've been asking this man to mow the grass. We didn't have a lawnmower because we've always, like, in the past, we've had our house. This is going to be our 4th summer, but actually we've only been here 3 years, but we bought our house at the beginning of the summer. So technically this is going to be our 4th summer in our house. We've never mowed the lawns ourselves. We've always, like, hired other people. But my thing is, why are we paying all this money for somebody to come? All they're doing is cutting the grass. They're not putting out fertilizer. They're not planting any plants or bushes. You know what I'm saying? So why are we paying them like $175 a month or whatever they were charging us, you know? I took that plus an extra like $50 and bought a lawnmower last week, right? Okay, I got the lawnmower. The lawnmower came on Thursday. I was like, okay, can you mow this grass Friday when you get off work? Because, you know, the time, the light, you know what I'm saying? He has light way longer now than, you know what I'm saying, he had a month ago. You know what I mean? It doesn't even get dark here until about 7:30. You know what I'm saying? Dang near 8 o'clock. So no, he didn't do it Friday. And then, of course, what happened Saturday is like a thunderstorm on Saturday, right? And not only was there a thunderstorm on Saturday, he knew my daughter had a Girl Scout outing that day from 5 to 7. We were doing a mommy-daughter spa night with the Girl Scouts. He springs at 11:30 that morning. He springs a barbecue on me for the family, like a family barbecue. So, you know, I don't want to, like, just him go by himself. And then he's like, well, I'm taking Tanya. That's our daughter. And I'm like, well, you gonna leave me? You know, and he's like, well, you don't have to go. And I'm just like, it's not that I don't want to go. It's like, you can't tell me at 11:30 that somebody is having a barbecue and they got the food on the grill already and we laying in the bed, because I'm thinking the only thing I have to do is clean the house and go to the Girl Scout outing at 5 o'clock. Anyways, I just swear this man, he just, whatever. So then we end up being an hour late for the Girl Scout outing. But whatever. So it rained Saturday. So he couldn't cut the grass Saturday. Then Sunday morning we wake up, right? So I wake up, as soon as my feet hit the floor, I go and start cleaning up the kitchen because I'm having brunch with my girl and I want to make sure the kitchen is clean before I go out, you know, and eat and probably have a few bellinis or whatever I'm going to do, right? So then he gets up, when he sees that I'm about to start doing some chores, he gets up, comes in the living room, turns the TV on, grabs the mail, and sits down on the couch. And I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm about to straighten up the living room, which is code for I'm about to sit my ass on this couch and sort the mail and watch SportsCenter. No, it's not happening today. The only thing you need to do today, your only reason for waking up today is so you can go outside and mow that lawn. Can you please do that? Please. So he finally goes out and mows the damn lawn, okay? Now, like, why did I have to go through all that? Why do I always have to go through, like, all of this just to get him to go do something? Like, cut the grass, take the garbage out. I mean, dang, we've been living here all this time. He know every Wednesday is garbage day. I should not have to remind him Wednesday at 7 o'clock in the morning. You forgot to put the garbage out last night. You know what I'm saying? I can't even tell you a couple of weeks that we've had, like, just double the garbage because he didn't take the garbage out. The garbage man came and left without our garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, just craziness. I swear, I just really think that he wants to outlive me. Okay? I think it is. We're the exact same age. He's like 4 months older than me. And I really just think that he's trying to outlive me and he's just trying to drive me crazy. And I'm just not going to let him do it anymore. I'm not. If he don't want to mow the grass next weekend, I'm just going to get my ass up and go mow it myself. I am not even going to ask him to do anything. anything else anymore. I'm done. Because I'm just not going to go crazy. Anyway, so now that I'm doing my rant about my husband, let's move on to Bruce Jenner's interview with Diane Sawyer. Now, I completely forgot. I didn't forget it was coming on, but I was running the streets on Friday. Like, me and my daughter were out and about. Like, I don't like to sit in the house too long, especially when I don't have to go to work the next day. So I packed me and my daughter up, and we went over to my girl's house so she could play with her son, and then me and my girl could sit there and drink wine. You know what I'm saying? That was my plan. So anyway, so I forgot to set the DVR. But I found it online on Saturday. It was on YouTube. It was the sound was kind of fuzzy, but I got to watch the entire interview, right? And I really, really enjoyed the interview. Like, I'm gonna say this like right now. If I offend anybody, if I say anything, I promise you, it is just out of me just really not knowing. So I'm gonna put that disclaimer I'm gonna put out there right now. You know, I'm not ever gonna try to offend anyone, because I personally don't see anything wrong with him going through with his gender change. It is what it is. I mean, he's 65 years old, like he said. He can get cancer, you know, be diagnosed with cancer next week. And then what? You know, he's lived his whole life and not been able to be his true self. I like the questions that Diane Sawyer asked him. You know, were you being fair to your children? Were you being fair to your wives or whatever? Because I guess, you know, all three of his wives knew about it or whatever. And, you know, they made a comment. You know, they made sure to say, like, two of his wives, you know, sent comments and said they were supportive of him. And then they want to say, like, Kris Jenner had no comment. But, I mean, for me, leave that woman alone right now. I mean, dang. I mean, she was married to this man for like 20-something years, had 2 kids. He raised her other, 4 kids. You know, helped her raise them after, you know, their father died or whatever. And, I mean, dang. And then now the man done told her he want to become a woman. Like, seriously, like, it's no more behind closed doors. You know, only you, him, and I know, like, anymore. It's like, you know, he's becoming a woman. I mean, that has to be, like, even if she knew about it, even if the other women knew about it, even if his kids knew about it, it's just, I mean, it just has to rock a woman to their core. I mean, seriously, to, like, be married to someone all that time and then have them tell you that they don't feel like, you know what I mean, they've been true to themselves and want to, like, not only leave you, but they're changing their entire body makeup. Like, they're turning into the opposite sex, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, leave the woman alone. I mean, I don't get down with the Kardashians and Kris Jenner, you know what I'm saying, too often. I mean, I'm so over their reality show. I watched the first 3 years of it. It's a long time ago. I haven't even watched the episode of it since, but I mean, just leave the lady alone, for real. Like, let her deal with this on her own. Don't ask her any more questions. And leave Bruce alone, too. All you crazy paparazzi snapping pictures of him. You know, he on his private property. If he want to wear a dress and smoke his little Newport or whatever he was smoking, there's some black folks smoke Newports, right? I don't know. What's white folks smoke Camels? I don't know. But, you know, he out there. If he want to be out there on his porch and smoke his cigarette in his dress, let him smoke his cigarette in his dress. It ain't none of y'all business. Quit trying to snap pictures, trying to make money. And from what I'm hearing, that's illegal anyway in California to take pictures, because he's, like, high up in the mountains. Like, they had to have had some kind of microscopic camera to even, like, you know, get him or whatever. So, anyway, just let the man live his life. But I did enjoy the interview. One thing, and this might offend some people, but one thing I just did not understand, and I mean, I honestly, if someone can help me out with this, because he says he's always been attracted to women, he's never been attracted to men, which I get. Okay, I get that. But he always felt like he was a woman inside. So does that make him a lesbian? I mean, like, I am not trying to be funny. I am not, seriously, like, I don't understand. Like, he kept saying, like even when Diane Sawyer was asking him, like, and he kept saying you have to separate the gender from sexual orientation. And, I mean, I guess it's very eye-opening to me, because I always wondered that, like, when someone changed genders, I always thought, well, maybe because they don't want to be presumed gay, so they'll change genders so that they can be with the same sex. But I don't know. It probably sounds really ignorant, and I'm sorry, but I don't understand that part of it. But yeah, I mean, hey, he said he's felt like a woman his whole life. He's, you know, he's being true to himself, and I think he looked really comfortable. Like, you know, he let his ponytail down and he was flinging his hair. You know, he just looked so comfortable in his own skin, like during that interview. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like it was for publicity. It didn't seem like it was a stunt of any kind. You know what I mean? Like, he genuinely seemed happy. And with him being, you know, part of the Kardashian clan, and then him being Bruce Jenner, you know, Olympic hero or whatever, you know, I understand why he did the interview, because he wants to put his story out there himself or whatever. So I'm not, like, some people were like, well, why is he even on TV talking about this? Like, you know, he should leave it private. But I mean, if he leaves it private, everybody's going to just run around and come up with their own theories. And, you know what I'm saying? You know, saying it's publicity for the show, saying that it's, you know, whatever. Kris Jenner emasculated him, which she kind of did a little bit, just seeming like from the way that they were portrayed, their relationship was portrayed on the Keeping Up with the Kardashian show. But now that we know, like, you know, he's always had these like more feminine feelings, maybe he was attracted to Kris Jenner because she has that really like alpha female type of personality. You know, she's strong, you know, she's decisive, she's a go-getter. And, you know, she can run, she can run her life and your life. You know what I mean? So maybe he was attracted to her because she had those kind of qualities. And him being a more effeminate man on the inside, you know, his feelings, you know, maybe what we saw on screen, we thought she was emasculating him. But he was actually probably okay with it, maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But what I do know is that he seemed happy. And I'm happy for anybody that's happy living their lives. His family seems to be okay with it. His kids have come around. You know, hey, let him do what you do, Bruce. Do what you do. Did y'all see him pull out that dress at the end? He was like, this is what I'm going to wear to dinner with you later or whatever. But he was so excited. Like, he was so excited to go into his closet. He was so excited to pull out his dress, you know. So it was a really, really nice interview, and I enjoyed it, and I didn't think that it was gimmicky. I didn't think that it was in poor taste or anything like that. I thought that it really opened my eyes a lot, and I liked how they had like the psychiatrist, you know, talking about, you know, the gender, the transgender community, and how, you know, people have these feelings from like birth. I think the doctor had mentioned like an 18-month-old that little girl that was like, I a boy, but it was like a little girl, and she's like, I a boy. So I mean, and I've always felt that as far as like the homosexual, like gay, lesbian, whatever, I've always felt like you had to be born that way. Like, I never thought it was a choice. But now I'm like, it's even more levels to it, you know what I mean? Because now people are, well, not now, but now I'm realizing that people actually have confusion not only with how to deal with their sexuality, they are having confusion on how to deal with how they feel on the inside, as far as not feeling like they are the gender that they were born with, you know what I mean? Born as or whatever. So it's, man, you just never know what people are going through. You know, people are going through a lot, and you just will never know. You know what I mean? And that's why you shouldn't judge people. Don't judge a book. It's like that old saying, don't judge a book by its cover, because you just never, ever, ever know what people are going through. Like Neo said, in him and Pitbull, everybody's going through something. Everybody's going through something. So don't judge people. You know what I'm saying? Just live your life. And let other people live their life, you know. Yeah, that was it with Bruce Jenner. You know, I was really proud of him. I don't know him. But, I mean, I was very proud. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people that he touched out there that that possibly see him and can maybe feel a little better about themselves and maybe better about the choices that they're making in their lives. You know what I mean? I think everybody's story can help someone else. You never know. So I'm glad he did it, and it was very brave, and he did it, and it's over. And that's it. And he said the next time you see him, you will see him as her. I guess that's just what he calls it. It calls his female side as her. I don't know if he has a name. I think he has one. I feel like he said he just didn't want to say it right then and there or something. So, but he has to go through. He's on his medication again. And I didn't know that he had taken medication back in the 80s for like 5 years for gender reassignment or whatever before he got with Kris Jenner. And all of that. So he's back on his medication. I think you have to live as a woman for like a year before you can actually, or 2 years or something like that, before you can actually go through the actual process. But he doesn't seem like a person that's going to change his mind. He doesn't seem like this is something that is just like a fly-by-night decision. You know, it seems like this is something that he's been thinking about. And he's 65 years old, so he know what the heck he want to do. You know what I'm saying? You get to 65, you don't just on a whim and like, oh, I think I'm going to be a woman. You know what I mean? That's something that has been in him for a long time, and he's finally comfortable enough within himself and within his family and his responsibilities to his family that he can now come out and be himself. So, more power to you, Bruce. Whoop, whoop. All right, now, let me tell y'all. I think I might need to take a drink, y'all. I just got off of work. I poured me a shot of Johnny Walker. In my Coney Island shot glass that I got. My husband and I went to New York for our anniversary one year. We walked over to Brooklyn Bridge, and then we took like the L train up to Coney Island or whatever. It was so cool. I love New York. I love New York. Anyways, I had to take a drink before. I had to calm my nerves before I start talking about this. Cause Shonda Rhimes, why? Why did you have to kill McDreamy? Why did you kill Derek Shepherd? Why? I mean, seriously, you couldn't have just left him in Washington? You know what I mean? Just left him staying in Washington and, calling Meredith on the phone every once in a while. No, you had to, and then you had to kill him in the most, oh my God, the most horrific way possible. And how ironic of, the way he died. Not only, it was so much irony in the way he died to me. Because, okay, first of all, he's on this road, you know what I'm saying? No cell phone reception. He, this car, I don't know, it's a Maserati or something, I don't know. But the little boy in the car, causes a crash. Now, Derek Shepherd done saved everybody. Done took the dang thing out the dude's head. Done pushed the guts back up in the girl. Done popped the mama's leg back in place. Done calmed down the little girl. You know what I'm saying? He has done everything because he's a doctor and that's what he does. You know what I mean? Get all those people safely to the hospital. He gets in his car. And what happens? He gets hit by a semi. Oh my God. The irony and the fact that he just saved all of these people from this car wreck. And then he gets hit, not even 5 minutes later in a friggin' car accident. He gets hit by the damn semi. First of all, where the hell was this semi when they were just out there stranded and no one was coming by? Second of all, I thought there was no phone reception up there. So why all of a sudden his phone vibrating and then he want to stop the car? I mean, it's just I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And then the second part that I found very ironic was that he died of a brain bleed. Something was going on in his brain. And he's a neurosurgeon. You know what I mean? So it was just so ironic. And I was just sitting here please save him. Please save him. I knew he wasn't going to make it. I already knew that. You know what I mean? But I was just oh my God, please save him. Please save him. And he's talking in his brain no, listen to her. You need to do a CT. I'm not going to live if you don't do a CT. And they trying to pour all kind of blood clots out of his belly and stuff. And I was just y'all, I cried. I did. And I was crying it was somebody I knew. And so my thing is, I have not been watching Grey's Anatomy for the entire 10 years that it's been on. That's 10. The 10 years that it's been on. But what I did was, last fall I was on vacation. I had like a lot of time on my hands around Thanksgiving, not 2014 but 2013 Thanksgiving time. I had like a lot of time on my hands, you know, and so I was looking for something to binge watch. So I started binge watching Grey's Anatomy, and let me tell y'all, I watched 9 seasons of Grey's Anatomy in 2.5 months, y'all. My brain was fried. I was up in here like, stat, oh my God, rushing to the back. Prep the OR room. You know what I'm saying? I thought I could operate on somebody. What you need? You know what I'm saying? You need a gallbladder removed. You got an aneurysm. You want me to take it out? You know, I thought I could pass the dang on medical exam, whatever it's called. I watched like 9 seasons of this show in 2.5 months. It was crazy. So then I just got addicted, and I think by me watching it like back to back like that, like I never had a chance to really get over the characters, you know, like the ones that left and the ones that died, and you know what I'm saying, all of that. And so my connection to Grey's Anatomy is just still very new. It's only like a year, even though I've seen every single episode, but it's still very new. And so like I cried like a baby. Oh my God, I just could not believe Shonda Rhimes wanted to play with my emotions like that. I just don't understand why she did that to me. And the rest of the people. Like, I mean, I had my coworkers talking about they were crying. My friend is the one that emailed me last Friday, and she was like, did you see Grey's Anatomy last night? And I'm like, girl, no, because I had went out karaoke with my coworkers and stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch it later on today. And then I had to text her back, like email her back, and I was like, oh, like I was seriously like boo. And you know, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch it Thursday. Honestly, I don't know. You know, for the funeral and everybody finding out, and I just don't know. And I feel crazy, right? I just feel so crazy, but it's so sad. I just feel so sad, Shonda Rhimes. Why you do it to me? Why? And now what is Meredith gonna do? Christina's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like now Derek is gone. Like who is her person? I mean, I know like Alex is supposed to be her person, but they just messing with it. You know, they were like the original characters, the original love story from the show. Like, you know, you just knew their love was gonna conquer everything. You know what I mean? Oh. Derek and Meredith, I mean, is no more. How could she do that? I mean, she didn't even give him a chance to even come back to the show. Like, she just killed him. Yeah. Let me take another sip. For real. I'm devastated. Seriously. I'm so, like, out of distraught right now. I don't know what I'm going to do on Thursday when the new episode comes on. I know it's going to be taped, because my DVR is always set to tape it. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it. But anyways, let me stop moving on. Let me stop talking about that before I start crying up down here again. Y'all be looking at me like, is this bitch crazy? I promise y'all not crazy, but yeah, it's very sad. Anyway, so that was really all I wanted to talk about for my first Girl What? Or was it What Girl? Did I forget the name? Girl What? That was it for my first installment of Girl What. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't go off too much on a tangent and a rant. But if you made it this far, you must have liked it. So thank you for watching. Until next time, stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel Is Just Saying. Bye-bye.